Hello everyone, this is This Week in Smackdown for June 10th, 2011. Not too much to go over with Smackdown for this week. You pretty much got a couple setups for the pay-per-view coming up here next week. You had Christian going full heel at the beginning of the show with just saying he's done with the peeps, he's done with this, all he wants is the world title, he wants one more shot at the world heavyweight title. Which later on in the night, Randy Orton came out and eventually just agreed to another match at Capital Punishment for Christian and putting the title on the line one more time. Now, I'm liking the fact that I like the fact they went full heel with Christian. I didn't expect them to go full heel with him until a little bit later. I was hoping they would save this type of ending for a feud for SummerSlam, but I guess they're going to go into a different direction after this pay-per-view if they don't have Christian win it. But all in all, the two promos that they gave that night were pretty good. Nothing too great, nothing too spectacular, but they did set up well for the pay-per-view match and setting up well for Christian being full-fledged heel versus being a face and Orton being a face at the same time. So that was done pretty well. You had Ezekiel Jackson essentially continue his feud with Wade Barrett, but in this aspect now, it seems that Wade Barrett will be on his own instead of having the core with him, because in their tag match, Wade Barrett walked out on him, and now the core is going to walk out on Wade Barrett. So that match was set up for the pay-per-view as well, and it feels like they will be. It feels like it will be a one-on-one match. It might end the feud. It might continue the feud. The core might come back to Wade Barrett. Who knows what they're going to go with for this? But honestly, I'm not too thrilled with the feud as it is right now. But they're going along with it, and it will at least finish probably at the pay-per-view next week. You have. Over the last couple weeks, you had Johnny Curtis showing up. He was the winner of NXT Season 4. I didn't even know because I didn't really even watch NXT too much after Season 2. So you have him doing his little promo. The week before he did Crying Over Spilt Milk. This week he did a promo essentially saying he has a chip on his shoulder. Honestly, I feel like he's pretty decent on the mic for what we've seen so far. So who knows what's going to happen when he gets himself into the ring. You also had Jinder Mahal essentially do another squash match with Trent Beretta. And basically showing his power over the Great Khali at this moment in time. It's still young in this storyline where they're going with it, but it seems like you're going to have Jinder Mahal in matches and Khali protecting him at all times, which honestly, I don't mind. Khali's not great in the ring, so he's probably better off as a protector versus a in-ring competitor at all times. So I don't mind where they're going with it. I would personally wish they would change Jinder Mahal's music, but yeah, maybe it will grow on me as time goes on. You had Sin Cara out there tonight as well. He was starting off a match with Ted DiBiase. This eventually led to Cody Rhodes interfering in the match, which also eventually allowed having Daniel Bryan come down to make the save for Sin Cara, which eventually also was made into a tag team match between Bryan and Cara versus Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. Once again, another extremely good an extremely well put together match. Honestly, it doesn't really. I think they're going with a feud for Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes at the moment, but it didn't. This match didn't seem to further that feud, mostly because you didn't have much in the terms of words spoken outside of Cody Rhodes, and we all know Cody's extremely good on the mic and has done extremely well with his character. But I don't feel like this match really furthered that feud much. And hopefully they'll do something more next week, and then maybe even make a pay-per-view match for the pay-per-view next week as well. You also had the main event, which was made early in the night, which was Sheamus versus Randy Orton. No disqualification match. An extremely well put together match, and also to continue upon the furthering of the Christian Randy Orton feud. Christian comes out, knocks out Randy with the title belt, and then allows Sheamus to pick up the victory. Once again, extremely good match and good build up for Christian and Orton for the pay-per-view next week. That's pretty much all I have for SmackDown. Well, pretty much all that happened on SmackDown this week. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.